Two things I've never grown before, and I put them together in this thing here. And one of them is chard. Never grown chard, and I've never grown red sorrel. Pretty poor germination on the sorrel, but the chard came up, but it doesn't seem to be growing. It seems to be like this forever, so I'm not sure what the heck I'm doing. So I think it needs more nutrients than what I've given them. So I'm going to pot them on now. Not sure what I'm doing, so let's try this. I didn't realise this was so slow growing. Or possibly it isn't. It's just what I've had them in, because that nor the sorrel have done very well. I'm just potting what's in the individual cells into one pot, and we'll give that a go and see if we can get them going. We do like chard, just never grown it. We're always getting it in our salads when we go to a restaurant, so, and we both like it, that and the sorrel, the red vein sorrel. So, a bit leggy as well, and I don't know why, because they've always had good light. I have to look back and see when I sown them, but I'm sure they should have grown faster than this. Okay, that's the chard in the water bath. Now let's have a look at this sorrel. This sorrel germinated a long while ago, and it's just sort of just hung there. It's hardly done a thing. And again, I don't know why it's so slow growing. Only 4 cells germinated, but let's get them in new little pots and see if that makes any difference. Please, anybody who has experience with these, let me know what I'm doing wrong. You can just see a root there. You can barely see this little guy, but it's quite dry, so I'm going to put it in the water bath straight away. As all of these small delicate plants, I sift the compost so it's nice and fluffy, if you like. This one's actually getting its second leaf on, so I mean, they look beautiful on a plate salad, these red vein sorrel, and they taste good too. We often go out for a pub meal, and when you have salad with something, it comes with this stuff, and it does taste nice. So as you can see there, just sat in the water bath, getting some water in. And if I pan out from there, we'll do a quick run around the plot. You can see that those pelargoniums I bought as tiny little plug plants are they actually got buds on now, and I put them in some troughs. These are going to go home on my back deck. I've got 5 of these all done. Every plug made it through, and a few with buds on already. Tomato de Colgar with its basil. On the shelf here we've got a bit of an assortment. Got some peppers. These are California Wonder. Got 4 of those and those. Some beetroot coming on that are going to get put in the bed outside. A few nasturtiums at the back there still to go in. These are spare courgettes. I planted my courgettes outside. I was just keeping these in here just in case. We've had a couple of cold nights. We're going to have another cold night tonight, and I'll show you what I've done to mitigate that. I've also got a couple of butternut squash there. Let's go around. These are the garden pearl tumbling tomatoes in the hanging baskets. They're doing okay. Just keeping my eye on the watering. I did water them 2 days ago, but I'm reluctant to water when we're having cold nights. So I might leave this until tomorrow. That leaf one's coming off. Any leaves that kind of look like that are not doing much for the plant, so it goes into my bin. Another tomato de colgar there. Now, unfortunately, this is a cucumber, and I went and bought this because the one I had here, it keeled over on me. I think it got chilled and then it never got recovered, so I went and bought. I paid £2.50 for this little thing just 2 days ago. Okay, we'll start over here now. We've got the tomatoes. I de-leafed the bottom 2 leaves off every one of them, and took the side shoots out, and I wound it around the string, and I do that at least once a week, making sure any bad leaves at the bottom come off, because they don't do the plant any good whatsoever, and they keep the plant healthy. It's only the top foot or so that really matters, but they're doing well, and so are all the companion plants. Those calendulas are doing good around the back there, and that nasturtium in the corner, that's going to be amazing. Right, I've got scapes on the elephant garlic. I'll be taking those off today. Don't want them detracting from the size of the bulb. So some people eat them. I took them home once and gave them to the chef of the house, and she said nah, so we haven't had them. Let me know what you think. Right, let's come outside, and the first of the sweet peas are flowering. That's nice. They're doing well in there. Now, some cold precautions. You can see I put this thick glass here and some plastic around the outside. This is my 2 Defender courgettes. So what I'll do with these, I'm going to let them go through and up the outside of these wires to the top, on both sides. They'll go through and up, and then they'll be tied to the outside of this frame. Have a quick look around the corner here. In the big tub, I've got some Jerusalem artichokes. Here I've got some perennial kale that have just been chucked in here and virtually forgotten about. I keep pulling the weeds around here, but I've got the horse field next door to me, and that's a big source of nettles and creeping and not couchgrass, the other one, columbine, you know what I mean. Plus slugs. Now luckily this year we haven't had much in the way of slugs, so I'm quite happy about that. Peas, don't know what's happening here, but they've got flowers on now, on that first batch there. Let me just take that off there. In this one I've got another courgette and some cosmos flowers at the back, all hidden now. There's my rhubarb in the tubs. I got more cosmos in that planter with a that's a herb and I can't remember the name of it now. Peas are doing fine now, they're okay against the frost. In here is my French beans, climbing beans, and you can see I just covered around them just to keep a bit of the cold off. But I put the fences round before I put the plastic on because the birds were pulling out the plants. And there's one in here. I don't know if you can see that, but no, you can't really see it. Let me pull that back. There's one that was completely pulled out, but luckily the seed that I put in is growing underneath it. Anyway, that's precautions against the cold. Carrots and other things are doing fine, and the potatoes weren't really hit by the cold. There's a couple going yellow leaf over there. That's a bit odd. These strawberries, I don't know what's going on with them either. Sweet corn's fine, they'll take a bit of cold, but I did cover the pumpkins underneath here, and I'll keep it underneath here until tomorrow when the frost is gone. Sweet corn, I was a bit worried because they were yellow, but they seem to be doing fine. Oh, let's go this way, have a look in here. These are the cauliflowers that I put in about a week or so ago. Some in the middle there and some at the end. Cauliflowers and cabbages. My one asparagus plant is doing its thing, leaving that to its own devices. Onions are cracking on with it, and so is the garlic. Celeriacs are fine, they're doing their thing. And the parsnips, I've thinned them now to one. In fact, I've just noticed here I need to leave one in, pull them two out. All the others are doing good. There's only one not there, and that's the one that the mould dug up. And the ones that were done a few weeks earlier are racing ahead. They're doing in a different method. Oh, I do want to show you something. Found another use for those tiny tie wraps. There was a hole in this netting, and it's now not a hole. Square foot garden's looking good, apart from the mole. He's been at it again, but got to live with that. I did cover over a few things, just a couple of planks in the way, and underneath there I've got some cucumbers and some of the sunflowers. I must get to grips with this corn, it's become a right mess. I've got, well, those are Jerusalem artichokes from last year that were supposedly all dug out, and obviously weren't all dug out. And that is a horseradish that's going to flower. But it's just room, I haven't got room. Where else have I got in here? Oh yeah, this is the new brassica bed that I did not long ago. And everything's stood up fine in there now. Yep, I'm happy with that. See, I've made some adjustments here for the squashes are in here, and pumpkinator is under there. I'm not going to disturb him today. That'll all be coming off tomorrow. So in here, all we've got now are the 2 hanging baskets with the garden pearl, chilies in here, aubergines in here, which will be planted out, and now I've got 4 melons, 1 in each corner. I've got to rig a wire up on both these corners. These ones that I planted a little while ago, I've already got the wires in. And that's about it for my plot for now, I think. We've covered everything. Okay, that'll do for today. Thank you.